After 10 hours of deep sleep, Xiao woke up hungry. He would have liked to have slept a little longer if the acid hadn't burned the walls of his stomach so badly. Before walking out of the empty exclusive room, Xiao frowned. Here is too simple, even a bed does not have. It seems that it needs to spend some paradise money to modify. Reincarnation Paradise only provides the function of expanding exclusive space and cannot be exchanged for furniture, which also needs Xiao to purchase by himself. What a nuisance. Settle these things as soon as possible today. Found a restaurant set up by employees, Xiao had a full meal with only 3 paradise coins. The food was delicious and the staff manager was very warmed up. From that enthusiastic attitude, it can be seen that workers are not easy to survive in the Reincarnation Paradise. After dinner, Xiao looked at the stalls on both sides of the street. Want to buy daily furniture is not difficult. There was a worker invented a compression capsule. The volume of all kinds of furniture are compressed to the size of the finger, very easy to carry. After paying 200 paradise coins, Xiao bought the furniture needed for daily use. To solve the problem of food and housing, Xiao went straight to the central area of Reincarnation Paradise and came to the front of the test field. He can also stay in Samsara Paradise for 2 days, during which time he must adjust to his suddenly stronger body. Hunters are welcome to use the field. Please select a mode. Auxiliary mode / combat mode. Xiao pondered for a moment and chose the auxiliary mode. Auxiliary mode has been selected. Please select summon mirror level. Xiao appears in front of 3 options. These 3 options are low-level mirror, intermediate mirror, advanced mirror. The prices are marked below the 3 options, starting with 100 paradise coins per hour for the beginner mirror, 1000 paradise coins per hour for the intermediate mirror, and 10,000 paradise coins per hour for the advanced mirror. After a while, Xiao chose intermediate mirror. Before he had observed for a long time in Samsara Paradise, the equipment sold by those contracts was basically white equipment, and the rating was very low. The only thing I saw was a green-gray gun, which was actually priced at 4,000 paradise dollars and was sought after by many contract holders. The attributes of the green equipment are not as good as the Dragon Flash and Su Zhao's waist. The objects sold by the Covenanter may have good things, but are not easy to come across and require some luck. Compared with the purchase of equipment, Xiao is more inclined to enhance its own strength. The inherent strength is the real strength. After Xiao paid 1,000 paradise coins and summoned the intermediate mirror for an hour, a milky white light appeared in front of him. The light dissipated, and a middle-aged man holding a sharp sword and wearing a white training suit appeared. The surrounding scene also changes, becoming a dojo of swords. To summon Koshiro mirror from the world of thieves. See Reincarnation Paradise after the tip. Xiao heart secretly happy. Tillage 4 Lang strength. How he is not clear, but if the teaching ability, Tillage 4 Lang, is absolutely strong, Solon is a living example. Although the cultivation of 4 Lang did not teach Solon any moves, but helped Solon lay the foundation to become a strong. Hello, I'm Koshiro, we don't have much time, let's start now. Plowing 4 Lang after the appearance of natural expression. This is not plowing 4 Lang himself, just a mirror image. Tillage 4 Lang looked at the eyes of Xiao waist chopping Dragon Flash, nodded. A weapon similar to mine? Then it's easy. Come at me with all your might. Xiao also no nonsense. The summoning cost of 1,000 paradise coins per hour let him very flesh pain, so he cut to the farming 4 Lang. With the attributes of Xiao now, this knife can be described as fast and urgent, and the angle is very tricky, straight to the cultivation of 4 Lang head. Let Xiao consternation happen. Plowed 4 Lang did not even pull out a weapon, just use a knife sheath, and then change the angle of the knife sheath. Xiao felt the long knife in his hand uncontrollably offset to the side. Because he was too hard, he also staggered 2 steps to the side. The attack is so easily resolved. Xiao some unwilling, but also helpless. The real world in which he lives, and the world of the sea thief in which Koshiro lives, are not at all on the same level of force. The knife skills he practiced in the real world were not worth mentioning in the eyes of Koshiro. There may be excellent knife skills in the real world, but the rapid progress of science and technology has made those knife skills useless and have been lost. Well, your understanding of swordplay is lower than I thought. The sword skill in the mouth of cultivated 4 Lang is actually knife skill, but the name is different. It is a kind of thing. Su Xiao's heart is full of frustration. His hard practice of knife, in the eyes of others, is not worth mentioning, and he has no room to refute, compared with the cultivation of forelang is indeed so. It is not shameful to be inferior to people, as long as you catch up with them. It is the most shameful thing to be inferior to people. What do I need to do? Practice the basics. Su Xiao cut a few knives at will, a few white lines flashed. No, you have a good foundation, far better than most people, few of whom are willing to spend years practicing the simple and laborious act of chopping. Answer me a question, what do you think of the sword in your hand? Cultivo Forlang, wearing white training clothes, sitting on the ground, smiling at Su Xiao, with the eyes on the bridge of the nose. Cultivo Forlang gives a gentle feeling. What do you think of the sword in your hand? Well, tools to kill. Su Xiao answer, let Farming Forlang repeatedly shake his head up. If you have this idea all the time, even if you practice for 100 years, you will only be swinging the bat, not swordsmanship at all. Su Xiao looked at the chopping dragon flash in his hands and did not speak. Feel the blade in your hand and turn it into an extension of your body. If you can't do that, then I can't teach you anything. Plowed Forlang words, let Su Xiao face a black. He spent 1,000 paradise coins to summon the cultivation of Forlang, and the other party actually let him field up. Su Xiao immediately communicated the Reincarnation Paradise, wanted to suspend the practice, and then continued the training after he sensed the knife in his hand. Unfortunately, the Reincarnation Paradise gives a hint that the training cannot be suspended. He can leave the trial field now, but the spent paradise coins cannot be returned, and the cultivation Shiro will disappear. In desperation, Su Xiao could only sit on the ground with the same plate, put the chopping dragon gem on his knee, and began to feel. Don't picture your weapon in your mind, feel its sharpness, feel its touch. Already unique breath. Tillage Forlang is not a white call. When Su Xiao sensed the sword in the hands, Tillage Forlang began to guide in detail some of the experience to Su Xiao. These experiences, King Shiro will only pass on to the kind of disciple that he is optimistic about, and now King Shiro is the mirror of Su Xiao's call, so pass on these valuable knowledge to Su Xiao, without any private. Time passed minute by second. Half an hour later, Su Xiao vaguely sensed the chopping dragon flash on his legs. Subconsciously pick up the chopping dragon flash, cut a knife, the air issued a neighing. One side of the cultivation Forlang satisfied nod, began to continue to guide Su Xiao. An hour later, the cultivation of Forlang dissipated in the air, but Su Xiao still sat on the ground, from time to time cut a knife. He felt a door gradually opening to him, and the knife technique he had practiced before was simply a swing, not much use except to master the basic swing. Out of the knife, Su Xiao immersed in their own world. Even the cultivation of Forlang disappeared without notice. It can be seen that Su Xiao's obsession with knife art can persist in practicing a chopping action for 3 years. Is the so-called one thought can pass God. Su Xiao, as long as 3 years of hard practice, after getting the cultivation of Forlang's guidance, began to gradually sublimate.